So maybe the hamster is just naive. Maybe I just haven't been following this stuff as closely as I should be, perhaps. Delving into this, manosphere hate stuff that, we're all white supremacists, we're Nazis, we're now called male supremacists. So there's an article in Ms. magazine, where else, right? Mapping the male supremacy movement, the intersection of misogyny and white supremacy. So now men in the manosphere who talk about men's rights, who talk about, divorce court, men like Coach Greg Adams, Mr. Lead, Mr. Forma, Terrence Popp, Bass FZZ, we're male supremacists, pointing out things that are verifiably true. Divorce court, the child custody, alimony, men get a raw deal with domestic violence and all of these other things. Because we're afraid we're losing our status, according to the Anti-Defamation League. So it says here, this post is the first in a series produced by ADL in partnership with Ms. In each installment, we will explore a different aspect of what we're calling the male supremacy movement, a network of formal groups and informal communities dedicated to subjugating women and its intersections with the so-called alt-right racism. John the Other, did you know you're a male supremacist? Undead Chronic, you're a male supremacist. You're evil, toxic. Every day, and this was from a year ago, approximately, every day when white supremacists make their hatred known, we immediately and rightly call them extremists. Okay, for the several dozen white supremacists in the country, yeah, they should be called out because they're scumbags. All 24 of them. Our collective outrage hasn't been nearly as loud or unequivocal when it comes to men who express their violent anger toward and loathing for women. Now, I don't think anybody is going to deny that there are certain fringe groups in the manosphere where it is misogynist, it is hatred of women. I've been to a couple of these places, I don't go there often. Once in a while you stumble on it, it's like, women should... No. But they're trying to paint the entire manosphere with the usual broad brush tactic, right? Well, if there's one guy over there that's a crazy misogynist white supremacist, they all are. No. I'm sure they're out there. I don't know where, because I don't go looking for people like that. Because I have no time for hate. I'm just not into that, personally. Now, you can paint me with whatever brush you want. I really don't give a shit. You can go to my channel, you can watch the videos. Yeah, I get pissed off about feminists and women and some of the things that they can pull with the government's support. I don't hate women, but I don't date them, and I don't marry them, and I don't live with them. And when I'm at work, I do not interact with them outside of a professional interaction. Because the terrain that men have to deal with today after Me Too and after all this stuff, false allegations are on the table. Not saying all women would do that, but it just takes one, and you're done. The fact of the matter is these groups warrant a side-by-side examination. In other words, they're the same thing, aren't they? White supremacists, same. They're all Nazis. Come on. There is a robust symbiosis between misogyny and white supremacy. The two ideologies are powerfully intertwined. Really? Did you know that, Coach? I didn't know that. Are you a white supremacist, Coach Greg Adams? I'm thinking you're not. While not all misogynists are racist, and not every white supremacist is a misogynist, a deep-seated loathing of women acts as a connective tissue between many white supremacists, especially those in the so-called alt-right, and their lesser-known brothers in hate. Brothers in hate, like self-identified involuntary celibates, men's rights activists, and pickup artists. You see, this author has no freaking idea what she's talking about. Pickup artists are a completely separate and, in my opinion, despised group of scumbags. Now, there's some crossover, right? Maybe Roosh is more of a men's rights guy and a pickup artist, or he was. But what always got me about pickup artists every single time, it's like, these women are sluts and the blah, 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 blah. And then they go out and they bang women all over the place using their magic fairy dust or whatever pickup lines they use to bang women. Then they bitch about it All these women are such sluts and they're out banging them. What? Okay. Incels believe men deserve to have sex with any woman they choose. Bullshit. I am not an incel, but I believe they complain mostly about how women ignore the vast majority of men who aren't the top shelf guys or the athletes or the rock stars or whatever. And these incel guys are left out of the game because women just will not date them. I don't believe they can have. No, I think that's false. You correct me in the comments if I'm wrong there. I don't think that's the case at all. Maybe it is. I've been wrong before. MRAs and pickup artists advise each other on the best way to get away with rape. Do you fucking believe that men's rights activists advise each other on the best way to get away with rape? What in God's name is this person talking about? Do you even believe this? Get away with rape? Rape is universally despised. Rapists, one notch above child rapists. They are disgusting and they should rot in jail for a very, very long time if they commit such crimes. We're giving tips on how to get away with rape? Oh my God. White supremacist Andrew Anglin writes approvingly about raping and beating women. Well, he might. I don't know. But if he approves about raping and beating, he's a fucking scumbag. I don't know if he does. I don't read these people. I have nothing to do with these groups. White supremacists. Oh my God. This cross-pollination means the largely anonymous outrage of the men's rights arena acts as a potent gateway drug into the white supremacist and anti-Semitic ideology of the alt-right. After all, it's not a huge leap from women's quest for equal rights threatens my status as a man to minorities in women's quests for equal rights threaten my stature as a white man. You see, it's not racist at all, though. I mean, there are black guys that are involved in the men's rights movement, the MGTOW, all kinds of men. They've been hosed. We don't like the laws with respect to divorce and child and all that other stuff. But claiming that MRAs trade secrets on the best way to get away with rape? What in the honest fuck, people? This kind of shit is what these people, they actually believe this. They actually freaking believe this. It also means that to fully comprehend either white supremacy or misogyny, we have to attempt to understand both. Misogyny is a dangerous and underestimated component of extremism. And in this forthcoming series, we will blah, 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 blah. You gotta read this story. Honestly, I cannot believe that they are actually trying to tie men like Warren Farrell, Elam, Karen Strawn, Janice, what's her face, men's rights activists, into the same group as white supremacists. And that MRAs advise each other on how to get away with rape. This is absolutely unbelievable. I guess when you start going down the rabbit hole, you just never know what you're going to find. But this is outrageous. Check the link below. James Maxwell, thank you for listening.